no different than like a nephew to you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no question.
Even though we don't see each other as much, and I know we're trying to change that, and we will do that, but I think it's important for us to have a dialogue in front of them. So anything that you can give him, man, talking to your 15-year-old self, ninth grader, you know what I mean? Please share that with him.
But first, I think I owe the wife a bag of rice for some advice I gave him a long time ago. You probably don't even remember. We was at the Giants facility, and I was doing the rice in the weight room. And he's like, what's that for? And I was like, oh, get your hands strong. So then I get a call from Webb like, hey, you owe us some rice.
Yes.
Little man in there playing with the
Don't blame
rice.
the big container.
Right.
Sure
right.
did.
Playing with the rice.
Sure
Told someone,
did.
Kenny said get my hands strong.
Yeah,
so
did.
I'm gonna definitely get you that rice.
Yes.
That was still some good advice though, you know what I'm
Great.
saying? But just don't do it in Mama Kitchen.
Yeah.
But nah, man, your 15, oh man, I'll say at this point you still trying to figure things out. I'll say just try some of everything. Don't rush. Like right now you in the basketball. Try other sports, you know what I'm saying? But that's something you're really passionate about. Whatever you're passionate about, just give it 100%. Like, to go to college, you need to take certain tests. Start looking into those tests. You got to maintain a certain GPA to get to these schools. Make sure your grades right. It's just doing that little extra stuff, you know what I'm saying? Go home at night, work on your left, work on your right, little stuff like that, because that was something that I did a lot of. Like, okay, I want to make it to the NFL, I want to make it to the league. So what I did was put myself in position so when that time come, I'll be able to take advantage of that situation. And I was doing, like I said, at 15 years old, you may not seem like, man, you really knew what you wanted to do back then, but I really wanted to, make it to the league, and I put myself in position to do that. So when it was time for the scouts to say, hey, we want to give you a scholarship, okay, give it to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I had my test scores, I had my grades, and I had to put myself in position to take advantage of that.
And I say this too, like you talk about, they're 15, they're trying to find themselves, so they're gonna get pulled in many directions. Especially in this world, they got a gang of distractions in this world, so you got to be able to focus, through those distractions. Talk about picking good friends versus bad friends. You know what I mean?
Well, first you got to understand the difference between a friend and a homeboy. You know what I'm saying? We all, oh, this my dog, this my man. Nah. Your friend is the one when you say, I don't drink, I don't smoke, he gonna be like, all right, let him live, he good. Not the one that say, oh, you soft, oh, you this, oh, nah, that ain't your friend, that's your homeboy. You need the friend that gonna let you be Webby, let you be yourself, you feel me? Let you dress how you dress. They gonna joke on you, but oh man, I'm finna go to this party, man, let's go get at these girls. Nah, I gotta go, I got this technique study for. The friend gonna be like, all right, bro, I got you, bro. Your homeboy, oh, bro, you tripping, you this, you that. And then we'll be the same ones when, God forbid, something crazy happened. Oh, Webby did it. He did it. They ain't got your back. So you just got to know the difference between, that's the difference from a bad friend. It ain't even a bad friend. It's a friend and a homeboy. Just know the difference between that.
So ain't no such thing as bad friend, good
friend.
Ain't
no bad friend. No good. You got friends and you got a homeboy.
I like that.
Yeah, it's the truth though, man. I'm telling you.
Nah, that's real. That's real. Talk about some things that was just great as far as being a teenager. Some of the pros about being a teenager, and then maybe some of the cons about being a teenager. And I don't want to have it to be bad. That's why I say a con. It could be anything. Maybe something that you knew early on, or that's something that you wish you knew early on. Because I think we don't do a great job of teaching our kids what we know now versus what we didn't know then. You know what I mean? So that may be a con or something like that. But just, what were some great things about you being a teenager?
Oh man, just not really having the responsibilities, the bills. You don't you know what a mortgage is. You don't really understand that. You ain't gonna find out until you get grown. But it's stuff like that, like not knowing. Just you don't have to do nothing but go to school, wake up, and do what you want to kind of have fun. There's no real responsibilities. Other than probably cleaning your room, a little chore that your mom and dad give you. But just I done forgot the question.
Yeah, just some pros about the best things about being a teenager. Like, that's nail on the head because most, we talked to Trav, we talked to Trail, and all of them said the exact same thing. Man, I had no worries, I had no responsibility, so they all hit that on the head. Anything about being a con? What would be a con about being a teenager, or something that you would have knew a little early on?
Just I say that the hardest thing, and I don't want to say the bad about being a teenager, but the influence that some homeboys or just like certain people that have influences, you know what I'm saying, like the rap music, or somebody that you may consider a friend who's really not a friend, just like the streets and stuff. Like, there's so many different influences, like coaches who really ain't looking out for your best interest, who's really in it for, you know, when you make it, he gonna bring me on, or just something you can do for their program. So it's just like that. The bad thing is, you so young, you gonna have so many people pulling you different ways, and so many people you gonna probably maybe consider a mentor or a good person that really don't have your best interest in heart. So the hardest part is just trying to figure out who's who and who has my best interest in mind. So that probably was the hardest thing for me when I was a teenager.
I think Trell talked about that being asset versus liability. Like, it's hard to know who really is an asset versus who's that liability, because that's having some type of vision. And he said you may not have that at that young age.
Right.
So that's right on. Man, talk about peer pressure, because, you know, teams, like you talked about already, can get pulled in all type of different directions. So I always like to be specific when I talk about peer pressure, because now you can get it from anywhere.
Yeah.
You get it from social media, you get bullied online, and, you know, in classrooms and things of that nature too. So speak to them a little bit about that.
Yeah, with peer pressure, like I'll say this, man. Don't do nothing that you don't want to do. Like, at the end of the day, we all know right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're not gonna get in trouble or do things you shouldn't do all the time, but just, if you don't smoke, don't smoke. If you don't drink, don't drink. You know, even with the women, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had homeboys who were, that's all they wanted. I gotta go get this girl. I gotta chase girls. I gotta chase girls. And they would try to, come on, well, let's go do this. Let's go do that. You know, let's go holler at these girls. But, you know, me, I'm like, nah, it's time for that when it's time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying run from the women. Please don't run from the women. It's a beautiful women out here in this world. You understand? Don't run from them. But I'm just saying, like, just little stuff like that, man. Just make sure whatever it is, it's something that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody convince you to do something that you might be on the fence about, or something that you really don't want to do. You know, I can't talk about. So I'm not really on social media. I'm not a social media guy. So I mean, I don't. I know that's
IGKP.
No IG, no Facebook, no Instagram. I'm a ghost. I don't even exist.
IGKP, baby. I love it too.
So like I said, when it comes to that, I mean, you gotta talk, like, you know, so you get that right from your pops, you get that from other guy. I can't lead you in that direction from that, because if it was me, I'd be like, stay away from it.
Get off it. Don't be on it.
It'll get you in trouble.
That solves the problem, right?
Yeah.
Problem solved. Nah, man, I like to give people their flowers while they're here too. So you talking to a legend, you talking to a king, you talking to somebody that's been great on many levels, and not just in sports. So I want you to recognize that as well, because you have these resources that you can reach out to. These are just like brothers to me, man. We done been through blood, sweat, and tears, literally together.
No question.
So, but that carries on. I know they have that same mindset too. That carries on not only on the battlefield or the playing field. I don't want to disrespect no Army vet. That carries on in life as well, man. So the time and effort that we put in on the field, we're gonna do the same thing off the field to make sure that you guys are, you know, able to be in a position to be better than us. You know what I mean? Again, you might not see them every day all day, but they're still a phone call away.
Oh, no question.
Vice versa, I am. So I want to know he's a legend. I want you to know that he's a legend, and he's on your side as far as when they come with resources and everything like that. He's a great father, great husband, come from great family and things like that, man. You ain't never saw mom put down a song, Steve, boy, you don't even know, boy, I can teach you a move or two, man. So I want him to know that. Appreciate you,
Oh, no, it's all good.
You know what I mean? Again,
it's all love.
I hate that we didn't get to see the wife, mom, the family, but like I said, we got to do this all.
Oh, yeah, man, we definitely got a link, man.
And before we get out of here, do you have anything to say? Because I'm going to tell you this, when they start to get 15, or in that 13, 14, you know, they stop talking. So everything you got to do, you got to pull it out of them nowadays. I don't know what that is.
But I ain't even gonna lie. I don't never remember Webb being a bit talking.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
True.
You know, you just started coming out of your shell, so don't let him get on your head now. He trying to speed you up. Tell her like that. I ain't ready. You want, you know, it took you a long time to get to this point. But I ain't never, like, you always been quiet. You say, you know, you speak when it's time. And if something need to be said, you gonna say it. But for the most part, hey, you got to get it from somewhere, right?
Yeah. You ain't steal it. You know what I mean? So now I appreciate you for listening, man. Taking
Oh, no
time.
question,
you
man.
always show good spirit and stuff like that. So keep that going, man. But you got to know you got a support system out here that goes beyond just our house. You know what I mean? Because of the things that we done built on the field and off the field.
I'm in Miami. Just hit me, because I know you like what you seen down here, so you're gonna be down here a lot, more often. I'm here.
And
Just holler at me.
And this is the real check-in, you know what I mean? I know people be talking about checking in and stuff like that. Now you touch down, you supposed to check
hit
in.
me. Just let me know you
ride.
ride.
You know what I'm saying? Check in, man. I ain't got to be here all the time. I won't be here all the time. But you got people that you can check. Hey, man, I'm over here. I'm going this place. Where shouldn't I go? Where should I go?
Straight up.
So you got it. Yeah, you heard it from the horse's mouth itself.
No question.